So I would like to share with you a little bit of wisdom. I even have the laugh in my notes. Some wisdom for you guys. Because I was arguing, as you may know, for too long with Ronnie about crime, criminals. And my solution, it's more of a representative solution than the real solution, is to defund single mothers. And it's of course, obviously, nothing against single mothers. If I love anybody, we love single mothers, or I do. If I love anybody, but he said that reading is the answer, not defunding single mothers. He claimed that 40%. Ronnie from Ohio claimed that 40% of a mere 40% of criminals in prison, purported convicts anyway, not that they're actual criminals, but they're convicts in prison, grew up with single mothers or a single parent, according to some statistic that he came across. The commonly stated number was 80%, but that may be wrong. It may actually be 40%. I don't know. You know, people like to try to downplay the role of the family. And as JLP rightly points out, and I've always known this because I came from a supposedly functional, outwardly functional household where, shout out to my parents, where the father and mother married and Christian and decent and lots of siblings. And so, and I didn't turn out criminal. I thought about stealing one time, but I didn't go through with it. I'm kind of glad I didn't. But anyway, it wasn't me thinking that. It was the devil. And it was at a place where it was a block down from the church I used to attend. But anyway, that's just a surface thing too, because the father could be weak, the mother could be evil, the parents be evil, and the kids messed up. And that happens all the time as well, of course. And even sometimes they become violent criminals, the kind that go to prison, rather than just spiritual criminals, spiritual murderers, hateful people, which is everybody. So anyway, the wisdom is, it's not the reading that makes you not criminal, because he said 70% or something like that of prisoners can't read above a 4th grade level. So if you get them reading above a 4th grade level, and reading at a 4th grade level is pretty much fine. It's just the big words that you don't necessarily know, or you can't really follow along to something that's supposedly a little bit harder to read. Mostly you can understand the King James Version Bible, I think, although there's some stuff that's even I can't understand. Or do I read above a 4th grade level? But I think it's the thing. It's just like the poverty causes crime mess. Poverty doesn't cause crime. Crime causes poverty, but it's not actually the crime that causes the poverty, because not every poor person is a criminal or a victim of criminals or lives in a place that's been victimized by criminals and brought the property values down. It's also the same weakness that causes you not to be able to read well and not to be able to save your money and spend wisely and work conscientiously and earn money and stuff. It's the same weakness that makes some of them turn into criminals that go to jail. Right? Right. And I've noticed that there is this hyper focus among the communists and Black Americans. Well, I'm just saying Black Americans so as not to say blacks, because it's all over the world, on not the spiritual, but the intellectual and the material, money, this notion of stable home life, anything to get away from actual father and mother being Christian and decent, or at least decent. And not just money, but education. We got to get education. And you focus on that, But you have young people whose talent, especially boys, whose talent is not sitting still in a classroom and reading proficiently all the time. If you're pushing that down their throats, they're going to get frustrated. This is girly stuff, because girls can sit still better than boys, I think, maybe, at a younger age, because they have less testosterone. I don't know what it is, but boys can be wild sometimes. And hyper, they call it. And so you force them to read. They don't want to read. They don't like reading. And then they're not good at it. So they get frustrated because they have this anger in them. And so they give up even worse than they normally would had they just had patience. And the people pushing this on them had patience, patiently pressed it on them rather than impatiently pressed it on them, living in impatient homes and ungracious homes and shallow, get an education homes rather than just be a decent young man homes. They get frustrated. They're not good at it. So they give up too quickly. Here's an example of giving up too quickly or not giving up too quickly. I saw this on this bodybuilder channel. If you get successful at something, it makes you want to do it more. That's why you see a lot of these blacks. They may not be smart, but they're gym rats. Like, oh, what's his name? Floyd Mayweather Jr. They make fun of him saying he can barely read. But actually, he's very good. He has a high fighter IQ. He doesn't get hit, right? Something like that. So anyway, here, let me play this. And it's these two guys. And part of it gets graphic. I want you to gloss over that, right? Keep your eyes in the upper part of the screen because this guy is showing something about some plastic surgery or something. Ugh. But this is from that Jewish guy I like. And then this big guy called the Mountain or whatever his name is. I don't know.
I had like
Oh, Lord. Terrible. Let me crank it a little bit.
plastic surgery on my back and all that. Folks rightfully have
Oh, good. He might cuss a little bit. Sorry, kids.
accused me of having like, body dysmorphia and shit.
Oops, sorry, kids. I forgot that he cussed. But anyway, hopefully he doesn't cuss too much
I
more.
always say like, I know that I'm
Cover
really
your ears, kids.
jacked. I just want to be more jacked.
Right.
Like,
See, he said, I know that I'm really
you're
jacked.
strong,
I just want to be really more
but
jacked.
you're trying to get
Stronger,
stronger. Does that mean you have strong anorexia? No, you just want more.
It's so correct because like when I had nothing when I was younger, I wasn't unhappier, but
This guy, as you can hear in his voice, he's huge.
now I have a lot more and I'm not necessarily much happier. This proves the point, like you're always seeking more, you always want more, no matter where you're at in life. At least those that wanna be better.
Some people
have-
don't. Some people are just good with regular
Spoop.
I had like
So, interesting, huh? Interesting. I found that interesting because, oh,
plastic surgery.
okay, anyway, so that guy's talking about once he got a little success in his exercise, he wanted more. Because these guys found success in their exercise. They got strong looking, kind of like Hake, only maybe even a little bit bigger, but fairly comparable. And so because they had the success, they wanted more. But you don't get success or you don't try and you get easily discouraged and you just give up. That's what's happening with those people who are, Hake has bigger arms. At least this screen, I already closed the thing. Anyway. Whatever. Nice. And it was also funny because is that guy called the Mountain? That really big guy? Not sure. He said he's still not happy. He's still not, or at least much happier. Yeah, but that's for sure. Right on. What's up, Max Rex? Nice to see you, man. Hey. So, I just wanted to point that out. It's a fact, Jack. stop pushing stuff on people that it's not their talent, such as reading. That's for Ronnie in Ohio. So, bodybuilding parallel. Success makes you want to keep at it. That's just how it works.